guys, welcome once again. It's RoyalFosse here. I firstly have to apologise for how long it's been since I've done a video. Things have just got ahead of me, and to be honest the weather's been quite good over in here in Jersey, so I haven't been on the computer as much. Anyway, I thought I'd do another video. I'm all the way down in Dinard, or Lima Romeo Foxtrot Delta. I'm going to incorporate a little bit of Neofly again. I've found out that just got the new DC3. I've started to do a few more flights there, got used to it. And obviously it's one of the decent cargo planes that you can buy for not too much money. So I'm looking at doing a VFR flight with a little bit of Vatsim integration. I think there's a tower on in Jersey at the moment. Going to get a whole load of wine, old wine, which you've got to be a little bit careful on the landing with the DC3 because it does not like a heavy landing. You end up breaking all the glass. Anyway, van's pulling up, so it looks like the pilot's getting on board. But just before we go, I'll just give you a quick brief of what's happening, and then we'll get straight in. So we're down here in Dinard at the moment. I'm not 100% sure what the METAR is in Dinard at the moment, so I'll just double check. All of these are free sites, guys, so please use the top where I am. You can find out where they are. So at the moment it's looking like runway 35's in use in Dinard. I'm going to be on Unicom in Vatsim for the start, so that means that I'll be clearing myself onto the runway and flying off. For a little bit brief, I'm going to fly from 35, which means that I'll end up going to this November Delta, which is a VRP, or a visual reference point, because we're doing VR, which is down here. This is actually Caesarean Island by the looks of it. I'll probably then follow up or track north up to the Minkies, and I believe that it will probably be runway 08 in Jersey at the moment, so I'll probably end up going to the I'll contact Jersey Tower, head to the Corbière VRP, and then come in on runway 08, which is a little bit more here. On from the Minkies, Corbière, VRP, and then in. Vatsim at the moment is looking like Jersey Airport. I'll just reload this, but it's looking like at the moment, well, it's Jersey Airport. Victor is current. We've got runway in use as 08, transition level 60, surface wind is 060, 14 knots, varying between 020 and 100 degrees. And yeah, QNH is obviously sea level 1025, and airfield is QFE, which is 1016. And it's Glyn, so I know Glyn at the moment. That's 119.45. Okay, so quickly into Vatsim integration here. So I'm in Lima Foxtrot Romeo Delta. Looking at the green up here, which means at the moment I've got everything in. However, I am going to load a whole load of old wine. Because I know that Jersey, at the moment, with EGJJ, is buying old wine at a very, very good rate. So I don't think I'll be able to get 400 here. But I can get all the way. I don't like fully overloading the DC3, so I'm going to get 5,100 pounds worth, and that's worth 2 million at the moment. We'll see how much we make in profit. So I'm going to put that on. That therefore means at the moment we can get this on board, and I can add 1,636. So I'll go onto here and upload this to a little bit more. Probably somewhere around there. Just have a quick look. This is the juggling around with Neofly that you have to do. 447, so I'm going to be about 85% maybe. There we go, that's not far off at all. 85%. Okay, so over onto Vatsim here, I'm going to connect DC3, Uniform Zulu, or Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu. I'm going to add a flight plan in for 1800 today. I'll do 1810 by the time I get everything started. EGJJ Southeast, so we're going to go departure airport. This was because I did this last night. LFRD, EGJJ, and we're going to go LFRD, ND, VRP, Corbière, VRP, EGJJ direct. Something like that. I'm going to probably be doing it at about 140, something like that, and I'm going to cruise at, yeah, probably realistically I'm going to go for, yeah, let's go for 3,000 feet. Okay, right, off we go. File that flight plan. And then what I'm going to do now is get ready and get into the aircraft. Okay, so if any of you haven't used the DC3 before, you've got your nav lights, which is your beacons here, and your ground power's up in here. Turn the ground power on. I've already selected the fuel. Just beware that it is a little bit tricky. One main thing with the DC3 as well is make sure that your tail wheel lock, which is down here, is off, or else you're going to have an absolute nightmare. I'm going to whack the magnetos on now, get the master on, whack the taxi lights on. I'm going to open the cowlings, which are down here, open this, and I'm going to get the first engine spooled over and started. So mixture all the way, props all the way, a little bit of throttle on the right hand one, and we're going to put the booster pumps on. There's the booster pumps going. You can hear the fuel going all the way through now. Looking for a decent prime. Okay, can knock that off now, and then we're just going to sit over into the cockpit, and I'm going to select the starboard engines. Now meshing, you're supposed to turn the propellers over to get the oil through the cylinders 12 times, but this doesn't particularly like it too much, so you've got to count 12 pretty quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we hit the primer, and she's in. Okay, so we can close that one up, and we can do exactly the same to the port side now, okay? So bring the throttle a little bit back, left hand throttle up, over onto port side, and mesh it. Here we go. All started, engines are started, good to go. Let's get the fuel pumps off here. Ground power can now get rid of. I just wanted to get the engine started just to get the battery power building up. One thing I will do on this one is I will leave the yoke so you can see how many movements I do in the DC3. I'm going to head down to here, and the one thing with the DC3 is whenever it likes taking off, it really likes lifting off and potentially stalling, especially with a heavy load in. So you want about halfway between 0 and 4 degrees for takeoff. Right, we'll get the flight plan in. Any of you who don't have it, I really do recommend the GTN 750 add-on for this, because it just allows you to stop pressing all these little buttons, because it's really annoying. So we're going to go into the map here, we're going to select over onto the GPS, see the wind, so we've got 20 odd knots at the moment. Okay, we can go L Lima Foxtrot Romeo Delta, and then Echo Golf Juliet Juliet, which is Jersey. Change these one over, 119.455. It's not 119.455, it's 119.450. And then 122.800. And I've moved over onto Unicom now, okay? So, have a quick look around now. Make sure she's all good, which she is. Nice good test of the controls, up and down. Nice rudders, left and right. Okay, and let's go. So, Unicom, this is DNR traffic. Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu DC3. I'm currently on the Gate 2 parking, taxiing holding point Juliet for runway 35. DNR traffic. Right, so that's us just doing the Vatsim integration there. And let's get the go. So let's knock this off. What I am going to do is get the altitude selector up to 3,000 feet just for now. And let's get a taxi on. So last little ditch thing, all I am going to do is just double check everything with Neofly, which everything's all there. Have a quick look. I'm going to just spool up quickly to 2000 revs. Just check the propeller RPM. I know this isn't perfectly, but it gives you the idea, obviously, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'd then obviously click the magnetos over to check for the RPM pressure, but we're going to head out. DNOD traffic, Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu is lining up runway 35, small backtrack. So, small little backtrack just to runway 35, and then we'll head into wind and we will go. To be honest, we've got quite a bit of runway here at the moment, but we'll go down and we'll spin around. Just make sure we don't get hit with a bird strike. Okay, the only thing I do like doing here is always make sure that you roll forward just to get that tail wheel straight. Brakes on, and now we can go forward and lock the tail wheel. DNOD traffic, this is Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu, is rolling runway 35, DNOD. Okay, all the way up to max manifold there. Pull back on the RPM and just pushing forward on the stick. Get a level. Keep the stick down, build some airspeed up. I'm a bit all over the place here, just getting the rudder going with the wind. And then up we go.
Enjoy your personal flight, pilot.
Positive rate of climb. Gear comes up. And now I'm straight into trimming. Get that positive rate of climb. Flaps are coming up. And then I'm just pulling back to 40 manifold and 25 on the RPM. Mixture can come back to auto rich, and then trail on the flips, on the cow flaps, and that's us. Positive rate of climb. I'm now going to engage autopilot here and get us going over to the nav. So that will get us turning, and then just over onto the and then just up on the vertical speed now, so we're coming up to 3,000 feet, and that's us all settled in. All looking good now. Come down here, looking at 40 on the manifold, 25, and everything is in the green, which is all good. All good to go. Quick look on Neofly now to make sure that we're coming out, which is all good. Obviously I did a stupid thing and forgot the landing lights on takeoff, which we do. I seem to do a lot on this, to be honest. And now we can have a look now on the new Vatsim page and have a look. So there I am there. Golf Alpha Victor Uniform on DC3, and I've just taken off. So what I'm basically looking at now is the traffic integration. So because there's just tower at the moment, this is the area here that I'm looking at contacting tower, and I'll contact tower on 119.4455. I can get the latest weather if I want to. Looking at the ATIS, so obviously it's now whiskey as current, still runway 08. So I know that we've got whiskey. Flying over now, so we're just climbing through 2,000 feet, nice and centered, and we're all good, nice and heavy. The one thing that you do want to know with the DC3 is obviously with taking off, just make sure that you're centered. I wasn't quite centered, to be honest. I've tried to make this a quick flight. I wasn't quite centered on the runway. Really important to be centered on the runway with a DC3 because you do veer off. And then the one thing that I found with the rudder pedals is you need to almost hold off on the rudder pedals prior to the thrust coming in, and not to make big movements, because there's such a large rudder plane on the DC3. Small movements do an awful lot. So here I am, just passing over now. I'm actually following a GPS course at the moment, but this here is the V, or is November Delta. But I will head off, and when I contact tower here, I'll pretty much look at going to the Corbière Lighthouse VRP. But it won't be long. We got a flight time of roughly 13 minutes at the moment, with a distance of 288, ground speed of 129 knots at the moment. So we really are pushing into wind a bit here, but we're pushing along nicely. Again, everything all in the green. So we got our fuel pressure here. Select the gauge if I need to. So left main and right main are all okay. Oils are just in the green, and cylinder temperatures here are slightly high. Cylinder temperature, so what I will do is I might just open the cowl flaps just a bit. Engines are obviously working hard. Temperature cylinder, just open the cowl flaps just to bring that temperature down a bit. And I'll leave you with some scenery. So coming down now, so that's 2,500 feet, and we're now going to go down to 2,000 feet. And we are descending into Jersey. So just going to get ready with the altitude selector here to hold off. I must apologise, I have the Bravo throttle quadrant, so I do keep looking over to my right hand side, but there I am there, 2,000 feet, still coming down. And it's on altitude hold anyway for now, so now it's holding. So, pre-flight checks, make sure we are pre-landing checks. I'm on here. I am going to whack the RPM back up to 25, just to give us that speed again. Cowl flaps are open. And we'll direct into Corbière Lighthouse, which is just over here.
Uniform Zulu, report intention.
Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu, I'm looking for a full stop on runway 08.
Golf Uniform Zulu, roger, see you just coming up on the Corbière Lighthouse now, report final runway 08.
Report final 08, Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu. So that's me now. Just coming in, so I'm going to start doing my landing preps. I'm going to get the auto throttles all the way up.
Ready for taxi.
I'm going to take it off autopilot now.
Bird 145 kilo by Juliet and Bravo. Taxi hold point Bravo 1, runway 08, QNH 1025.
And there is
Roger, right, Juliet, Bravo.
Jersey Airport just there.
08, QNH 1025, 145 kilo.
So we'll keep going at this speed. I'm going to knock the map off now. And what I can do is start with the flaps. So first stage of flaps is coming down, and we can now do the localizer and turn that off. So we get the landing lights on. Last check all around, all okay. Quick check of the fuel state, all okay, and we're good to go. Gear coming down. Turning finals, runway 08, Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu.
Golf Uniform Zulu, surface wind 06011 knots, runway 08, clear to land.
Clear to land, Uniform Zulu. So that's me all good, green's all okay. Get the RPM all the way up and start getting the flaps involved. So remember what I'm looking for on the glide slope over here is 2 greens, 2 whites and 2 reds.
We'll be ready on reaching Bravo 1, grid 145 kilo.
At 145 kilo, expect delays going into Heathrow, 183 arrivals.
Well, that sounded like a lot of fun, for what we expected. Thank you very much, grid 145 kilo.
Preferred 145 kilo, after the arriving Douglas DC3, line up and wait behind runway 08.
Roger, behind the arriving Douglas DC3, line up and wait runway 08. Behind, grid 145 kilo.
Good evening, Jersey Tower, DC353, radio check.
DC353, good evening, Chris, readability 5.
So a little bit of rudder play here. Keeping that on. I'm still high at the moment, but I'm now going for full flaps. And I'm looking at that 100 mile an hour to keep within that 100 mile an hour for the DC3. So I can back off the throttle now and keep that aiming markers in the middle of my window. Keeping on the 100. Last bit of flaps. Keep on that 100. Keep on that 100. Back with the throttle now. So I am a bit high, so I'm just going to shave a little bit off with a bit of slipping. Little bit of slipping. There's the lights coming into play now. Hold it off. Hold it off. Cut the throttle and then fly it down, fly it down, fly it down. Hold it off, hold it off. Hold it off, hold it off.
Transporter from dispatch.
And then loads of rudder now.
And put your parking brake on.
Loads of rudder.
I'll be in touch.
Off with the tail wheel lock. Off with the tail wheel lock. And then taxi to the parking.
Golf Uniform Zulu, welcome into Jersey. Would you like to go to stand 17 and face north on 18?
That would be great. Yep, stand 18 facing north. Uniform Zulu.
Uniform Zulu, thank you, via Alpha and Juliet.
Via Alpha and Juliet, stand 18, Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu.
And Speedbird 1339, is that a time for coming out of Jersey?
AFA.
I've not had any delays issued to me, so you should be a direct out.
Oh, perfect, thanks very much.
Just taxiing along the taxi. Just the Alpha taxiway now. Just heading to Alpha 4.
Speedbird 145 kilo, no, that's the correction. It's over to London Control. 12.
Just coming along now to the tower. And he's, Glenn's nicely giving me the face out on stand 18. Unfortunately, I can't do another flight before, but normally I'd fly back because I'm just doing the old wine flights at the moment, so I'm making so much money with them. But at the moment, I will spin it round. So, on to stand 17.
Tower, Steggy 1331, radio check.
Thank you, 1331, good evening, read position 5.
Good evening, Jersey Tower. This is Steggy 1331 at stand A, requesting IFR clearance to Heathrow via the Horse 1 Delta arrival, type A320.
So,
Thank you, 1331, good evening, cleared London Heathrow, Horus 1 Delta departure, Squawk 1226.
get the passenger door open and cut the engine.
1226 cleared on as filed for Steggy 1331, and we are ready for push and start, please.
Thank you, 1331, thank you, push and start is approved, face west, call for taxi.
Face west, call for taxi, Steggy 1331.
And all stations, all flights going to Heathrow, expect delays coming in, there's 193 arrivals.
That's quite a bit.
Jersey Tower, Golf Alpha Victor Uniform Zulu, that's me on stand 18, and I'm going to leave it there, Glenn. Thanks, have a good night.
Golf Uniform Zulu, no problems, good to see you, Craig, you have a good one, buddy.
So, that's me just logging off now, and then we can have a look at selling the old wine. So, I made 196,000. Which, I thought you actually got a little bit more for the old wine, I must admit, but 196,000 isn't too bad for a small 13-minute flight after all.
Cleared London.
Anyway, guys, I hope you had a good time tonight. I'll leave the DC3 there with you. I hope you enjoyed the flight tonight. Hopefully I'm going to start getting some more flights now that the summer's in. Jersey's really good. I really like integrating Vatsim with Neofly. Not as much with the old wine as what I thought, considering the amount of cargo I actually had. I thought, you know, if I was taking £2 million worth of profit, I might have got a little bit more than that. Be interesting if I do the same again with caviar, which I'll do in a little bit, and let's just try and find out what the most expensive thing is that we can do. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the flight, and I know it was short and sweet, probably talked really quick, but I'll keep them going to try and keep the time limits down. If there's any videos you would like to see, then please leave us a comment. Till next time, see you later.